Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In the previous video, I explained you about the volume of prisms. Now, in this video, I will explain the 14.2 calculating the surface area of triangular prisms, pyramids, and cylinders. Right? So, all these are 3D objects. Prism, okay, for example, you might know, right? So, this is typically a prism, but the cross-sectional area might be any other plan figure, right? Now, pyramids mean, right? So in Egypt, you might see a lot of pyramids, and cylinders, basically, they have a circular cross-sectional area. Now we will look at the exercise 14.2. Here you see in pyramids, we have four uh, triangular shapes, right? So basically we have square-based pyramids also, but here if this is like this, so this is also a pyramid, but this has four triangular faces. Now this also can be a pyramid, right? So this also can be a pyramid, but the base is square. Now, in this case, we have four triangular faces and one square or rectangular face, right? Okay. Now, focus, copy and complete the working to find out the surface area of each pyramid, right? So, A part, square-based pyramid. All triangles equal in size. So, square-based pyramids mean so if this is a square-based pyramid like this, and here this is a triangular pyramid, right? If this is a square-based pyramid, all triangles equal in size. All four triangles are identical. Now, if I want to find out the surface area of triangular prism, I will multiply. Okay, now this will be the surface area. A is equal to 4 times 4 into the surface area of one triangle. 4 into surface area of one triangle. I denote using this symbol delta. Plus area of square. So this is the equation for finding out the surface area of a square-based triangle, right? So if you look at this one here, you see the length of the square is 10 meter, and the perpendicular distance or perpendicular height of this triangle is 8 meter. Then we have to separately find out the surface area of this square and this one triangle. Then we can multiply the area of this triangle by 4, and we can sum the area of the square with that value, right? So here square base is equal to 10 times 10. So that is 100 meter square. Then triangular faces, there are four triangular faces. So 4 into half into base is 10 meter and 8. So if you simplify, you get 160 meters square. Then 100 plus 160 will give you the total surface area of this square-based pyramid. So the answer would be 260 meters square. Okay. Now B part, triangular based pyramid. All triangles equal in size. Triangular based pyramid. So like this is square based pyramid. Now this is a now if it is like this, now this is a triangular based pyramid, right? All triangles are identical in size. So since this has four identical triangles, 4 into 4 into, so here they have mentioned the each triangular face area, that is half into, here you see 20 into 17, 20 into 17, that will give you 170. And there are 3, right? So base 1 and surrounding 3. So altogether we have 4 triangles. Then 4 into 170 will give you this answer. Now we will move to the second question. Copy and complete the following copy and complete the workings to find the surface area of each prism. Now front and back. Okay. Now if it is a prism like this, okay, Now here we have six triangular faces, but they are not identical to each other. So opposite faces are identical, but the rest are different, right? So here this shape, now we have two uh, rectangles like this, and we have another two rectangles like this, another two rectangles like this. So we have three pairs of rectangle here, three pairs of rectangle. So I have to separately find the surface area of each type of rectangle and then multiply by 2. Then I have to sum up them, right? So front and back, front and back. So this and back. We have 4 into 12. This side is 4 and this side is 12. So 2 into 2 represents the number of faces, right? This front and back. Then this represents the area of that type rectangle. So then that is 96. Then sides. So each side, right? Left side and right side, we have 4 into 10, because if this is 4, this is also 4. 4 into 10, that represents the area of this rectangle, and we have 2. So we have to multiply by 2. That is 80. Then top and base. Top this and base this. Now here this is 12 and this is 10. Then 12 into 10, we have 2, right? So 240. Then we have to add all these three. Then the final answer would be 416, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so I'm not mentioning the calculation. I'm just telling you the idea so that you can try the questions by yourself. Now B part, here if you look at this figure, now here we have two rectangle shapes and three triangular shapes and three rectangular shapes. So here triangle ends is equal to, we have 2 into half into 24 into 5. So that is 120. Then we have sides. The shape of sides is a rectangular shape. Now here we have what is that shape? Sides. Yeah. Now, okay. Now, if you look at this triangle, this is an isosceles triangle. So this is not isosceles because this is not same. No, this is 13. This is okay. Now this is a scalene triangle. So we have three different lengths in the triangle. So the rectangles are not identical. So we have to find out the area of this rectangle, and this rectangle, which means we have to find out the surface area of each triangle separately. Then we have let me erase all of this. Okay. Now, sides is equal to 2 into 13 into 8. Why 2 into 13 into 8? Sides. 2 into 13 into 8. This is wrong, right? You see here, okay, now we have found out the area of this, that is 2 into 24 into 5. Okay, now we have this side. We have to find out the area of this side, that is okay, now this is the problem. Okay, now if you separately consider the triangular face, if you separately consider the triangular face, now this is 5, this is 5, and this is 24, this is 24, and this is 13, this is 13, right? Now, you should use Pythagoras theorem here. If this is 13 and this is 5, we have a triples of Pythagoras, that is 5, 12, 13. Like 3, 4, 5, we have 5, 12, 13. 5, 12, 13. If the hypotenuse is 13 and one of the adjacent side is 5 or 12, then the other will be 12. If, okay, now in a right angle triangle, if the hypotenuse is 13, then if this is 5, then the rest of the side will be 12. So here, this is 5 and this is 13. So definitely this is 12. Definitely this is 12. And the total length of this side is 24. Also, this is also um, 13, right? So as I told you, this is actually an isosceles triangle because if this is 5 and this is 12, this is 12, then again this will be 13. So two sides are identical. So we have this square, I'm sorry, this rectangle and this rectangle are same, right? They are identical. So that's why they multiply that side by 2. So 2 into 13 times 8. That will give you 208. Okay. Yeah. Then the base will be here 24. Then this is 8. 24 into 8. That is 190. Okay. 192, right? Okay, 192. 24 times 8 to 192, right? Though, so they have made a mistake here. 192. Now we have to add these three, that is 416. Yeah, I'm sorry. 120, 120 plus 208 plus 122. So that will give you 520 centimeters square. So this is the idea. Surface area means the total area, the total outer area is called the total, I mean the surface area. Now, if you look at this question, here also the same idea, right? So here you see we have 3, 4, 5. Now this is a triple of Pythagoras. Now if I multiply this by 3, I will get 9, 12, and 15. Now this is hypotenuse. The bigger one is hypotenuse. Now if this is 9 and this is 12, this should be definitely 15. Okay. Now here I had to find out the area of this face, that is 12 into 9 into half into 12 into 9. The base is 12 and the height is 9. Then you have to multiply by 2 since we have two such faces. Then that is 108. Then you have to find out the surface area of this rectangle, that is 15 into 12.5. That is okay. Then 9 into 12.5, because if this is 12.5, this is also 12.5. This is also 12.5. Now, okay, that is also found. Then this side, right, the base, 12 into 12.5. Okay, then we have to sum all these values to find out the total surface area. Now, copy and complete working to find the surface area of the cylinder. Now, area of circle is equal to pi r squared because we have two circular faces, right? So here, okay. Right. My mic is not blinking. Okay. Right. Now, in this cylinder, we have two circular faces, and we will have a rectangle also. If we unfold this uh, cylinder, we will have a rectangular face also. So we have to find out the area of circle, that is pi r squared. So pi into 3 squared, you can use your calculator. Then circumference of a circle. We need the circumference of a circle so that, okay, now if I, okay, if I remove these two circular faces, now this will appear like this. Now, if I cut this folded cardboard, now if you assume this is a cardboard, now this is folded into circular shape. Now, if I cut along this axis, I will obtain a uh, rectangle like this. Now, this is, if this is 8 centimeter, this is 8 centimeter. Now, this length will be the circumference of the circle. So we have to find out the circumference of the circle, that is pi r or pi d, right? I'm sorry, 2 pi r or 2 pi d. So here, if you use 2 pi r, 2 into pi into r is 3. Now the answer would be this. Then we have to find out the area of rectangle. Okay, area of rectangle is equal to circumference of the circle into 8. Okay, then the total area will be, we have to add all these three values, right? Okay, you can just try them. Now we will, okay, now the same idea is applied here, right? Okay, in all these three figures, they have given the radius. So the same procedure should be applied here. First, you have to find out the area of circles. Then you have to find out the circumference of the circle. Then to find out the area of rectangle, we have to multiply the circumference of the circle by the height. Then you have to add all the values you have obtained. Now the diagram shows a tetrahedron and a cylinder. Which shape has a greater surface area? Show your working. So this is also very simple, right? So as we have found the area of circle, area of this tetrahedron, or we call this as triangular based prism. I'm sorry, triangular based uh, pyramid, right? So triangular based pyramid or tetrahedron. Then we have a cylinder. Now we have to find out the surface area of this and surface area of this. Then you have to compare which is greater. Then if this is greater, you have to mention this is greater, and the answer would be correct. Okay. Then here they have given a tip. You will need to use Pythagoras theorem in this question. So whenever we encounter a right angle triangle, we will need to use what? Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. So we basically know, right? Pythagoras theorem in a right angle triangle. In a right angle triangle. So this is what Pythagoras taught. In a right angle triangle. I'm sorry. Why? In a right angle triangle. So let's say this is hypotenuse, let's say C, and this is A, this is B, right? Now, if we draw a square on hypotenuse, the area of that square will be the sum of the squares drawn on the adjacent sides, right? So basically, this is what he told. So according to the equations, so A squared plus B squared plus b square will be equal to c square, because we are dealing with the area of triangle. I'm sorry. Yeah, squares. So, okay. So the circular cross section of a cylinder has two radius of 2 centimeter. The circular cross section of a cylinder has a radius of 2 centimeter. The height of the cylinder is 5 times radius. So here you should sketch a diagram to represent the information given in the question, so that you can easily approach the question. Okay. Okay. Now we have to roughly sketch a cylinder and denote the information on the cylinder according to the question. A circular cross section of cylinder has a radius of 2 centimeter. So this is 2 centimeter. This is 2 centimeter. And the height of the cylinder is 5 times of the radius. So this is 5 times of the radius means 10 centimeter. Okay, 10 centimeter. Then this is known, right? We have already done a lot of questions. You can try this. Work out the surface area of the cylinder correct to the 3 significant figures, and your final answer should be given in 3 significant figures. Now, seventh one, work out the surface area of these triangular prisms. The triangular cross section of each prism is right angle triangle. That's why they have given to use Pythagoras theorem as a tip. Now here 10 comma 24, which means 5 comma 5 comma 12 comma 5 comma 12 comma 13. Now if you multiply this by 2, you will get 10 comma 24 comma 26. 24 comma 26. So without applying the equation, you can directly find out the hypotenuse here, that is 26. Then the same procedure should be applied to find out the total surface area. Here also, they have given this is 12, this is 15, right? This is 12, this is 15. Then definitely this should be 13. This should be 13 if this is 15, if this is 15. Now you shouldn't confuse. This side is not given because they have given the length of that side in the opposite direction. Okay. Right. Now you can use these values to find out the correct answer. Right. Now we will look at these challenge questions. So I will just tell the idea. You can try them by yourself. And if you encounter any issues or doubts, you can ask me via WhatsApp. Now the diagram shows a cylindrical rice cake. 18 of these rice cakes are stacked on top of each other in the cardboard tube. This tube has a cardboard base and a plastic lid. What is the surface area of the cardboard needed to make the tube? Give your answer correct. Okay, now this is a real life example. Now the cylindrical rice cake. Now the shape of this cake is cylinder, right? But this is a flat. Now this is a flat cylinder. So here the height is very smaller than the radius. So that's why this is flat. Now we have to find out the total area. Now if you assume this as a long triangle. Now this is very simple. Instead of this height, they have given 0.5 and the diameter is given. The diameter is given. So first what you have to do is you have to find out the surface area of circle. Now circle area, I am writing CA, right? Circle area is equal to pi d squared by 4. I can use pi d squared by 4 since the diameter is given. Pi d squared by 4. Right? You just substitute the values. Otherwise, you can use your calculator to find out this value. Right? So I'm just keeping those things for you. Then you have to find out the circumference of the circle. That is pi d. So circumference of the circle. Circumference of the circle is equal to pi d. That is pi into d is 9.6. You can find that value also. Right? You can find that value also. Then you have to find out the area of that rectangle. That is this value into now area of rectangle is equal to this value, right? So if I put this as a strict mark into 0.5, a strict mark into 0.5. Strict mark into 0.5. Then you have to add all these three values to find out the area or the find out the area of the cardboard that is needed to prepare this cardboard for packing this cake, right? Okay. Now we will look at the ninth question also. The diagram shows a polytunnel which is used to grow plants. The polytunnel has a semicircular cross section and made from plastic. Carlos thinks that 445 meters square of plastic will be enough to make this polytunnel. Is Carlos correct? Explain your answer. Show all your work. Now we will do this question. Now what we have to do is, now he is telling a statement to check if he is correct or not. Now we have to work out the surface area of this polytunnel. That is, we have to first find out the surface area of this circle, and behind also we will have a circle, right? Now what we will do is, I will just, okay. Now of area of two semicircle is equal to what? Half into pi. Here d is given, right? So I will use pi d squared by 4. Pi d squared by 4, right? So okay, now I will use my calculator to find the value. Okay, now here you first type within parenthesis half. We can use 0.5 also, times pi. So I will just type pi along with shift key, pi d squared. So d is what here? 9 squared into, I'm sorry, divided by 4. 9 squared divided by 4 is equal to 31.80. So 31.8. Now, okay, 31.8. Okay. Now we will have a base, right? So that is 27 into 9. So 27 into 9. That is the base. So that is equal to 27 into 9 will give me 243. Then we will have this bended rectangular shape. That is, we have to find out the circumference of this, I mean only the curved area of this semicircle. That is half into pi d, circumference of circle, semicircle, no, semicircle is equal to 2. We have 2. No, we have to just find out this value only. So we don't need to multiply by 2, because if we want to find out the area only, we have to multiply by 2, right? So here half into, so I will put 0.5 times here. So for a semicircle, that should be half into pi d, right? Pi d. So pi into d is equal to 9. 0.5 into pi into d, that is 9. Will give you syntax. I type 2 multiplication symbols. Oh, 0.5 into pi into 9 will give me 14.13. So I will just type 14.13. 14.1 is enough. Right. Now I have to add all these three values. That is 31 point, this value, this, and this. So if I add all these three values, 31.8 plus 249 243, right? 243 plus 14.1 is equal to 889. So the final answer would be 288.9, but there is a huge deviation in the answers. Now let's check if we have done correctly. Yes, first we found out the area of two semicircles, that is half into pi d squared by 4. Okay, then we found out this one, 27 into 9. Then we have found out, I'm sorry, yeah. So here we have made a mistake. You have to be very careful. This is only the circumference of this circle. I'm sorry. Now, if you look at this one, this is only the circumference of this circle. Now, to find out the area of this curved cardboard that we will, or curved plastic, we will multiply this 14.1 by this 27. That is equal to 14.1 multiplied by 27. That will give me 380.7. 380.7. Okay. Now what I have to do is area of this two semicircle and area of the base and area of the curved plastic. Now the answer would be 31.8 plus 243 plus 380.7. 380.7 will be equal to 655.5. So the answer becomes as 6. The total area of plastic that we need to find to make this polytunnel is 655.5. So I think you have to write like this. So we will need this amount of plastic to make this polytunnel, but Carlos thinks that it requires 414.5 because there is a huge difference. So we will write like this. So he is wrong. He is wrong. This is how we have to write this. Okay. Now I am skipping this 10th question for you. You can try by yourself and send me the answer, and I will correct if you are correct. I will just tell you after going through your answer, I will tell you if you have done it correctly. So applying the concept and the ideas that we have studied so far, you can try the 10th question and send me the answer later. Okay. So I'm going to stop this video also, and I will upload another video for the next chapter, which is symmetry.